All right, friends, we meet again in another opportunity on class of ArcGIS Pro 3. Now we are going to discuss how distinguish or differentiate between ungeoreferenced rasters and georeferenced rasters. So what are rasters? Rasters are imageries that shaped or formatted in JPEG or TIFF or GIF or PNG. So there are two data sources in GIS. They are vectors and rasters. All right. The rasters are the group of pixels, the small box that combine together to create uh, an image or a shape like face or core that we take from our camera or digital camera. So the higher pixel, so the sharper the image or the shape. Okay, but for now we will discuss these differences in File Explorer. So here two folders. This is georef, stands for georeference, and ungeoref stands for ungeoreferenced. Okay, so we have three TIFF and three JPEG here. This JPEG.aux, we can ignore it. This also TIFF.aux and TIFF.ovr, we can ignore it. Okay, because all the coordinate that has been registered into the raster is already embedded into this TIFF or GeoTIFF. Okay, so what is the connection between these folder or these rasters, these images to this raster? So the connection is this GeoTIFF is coming from this JPEG. Okay, so these two files are identical. So let's double click this the first, the JPEG one, and okay, here the JPEG, and I will open or double click this modified, the same DD grid. Okay, there and there. Here the DD grid modified, and this is the JPEG. Okay, this is TIFF. All right. Now we can see the colors first. They are identical. The upper one is blue and the lower one is a light brown. Same. Blue and the light brown. And what about the coordinate here? Now let's scroll in. Now we have 94.3 E, 94.3 degree E, same, and 4.6 degree N, and 4 here, 4.6 degree N. Okay, so this is DD or decimal degree. Decimal degree and decimal degree. Same. Let's see the lower right here, 0.00 degree and 101.200 or only 2. We can delete or not saying these double zero here, 101.2 degree E, and 101.2 degree E. Same. So these two files are identical. So when this is ungeoreferenced, when we do the georeference, becoming this one from JPEG to geotiff or TIFF. So just let's close it. And the second is the size. Here for the ungeoreferenced, the size is 385 kilobytes, but for the georeference one, we have 25,556 kilobytes. Wow. Or 25 megabytes. If we do the calculation here, okay, how many times it's getting bigger? Let's type 25,556 divide 885 is 66 times bigger, or we can times to 100 times 100, and so this is 6,635% bigger than the original one. Okay, now let's open again our ArcGIS Pro here. Okay, we don't see any catalog here, no problem. Just click view and catalog pane. Here the folders. Okay, but we don't see any rasters here, only shapefile, Excel file. Therefore, we need to connect to the folder that contained these two folders. Okay, just right click the folders and add folder connection, and there, okay, this is the QGIS tutorial, but no problem, we can use this material for our exercise. Okay, and okay, yep, there we need to see it, to see this, view this geographically. So we need to click here again, the view and catalog view, and there let's explore to our folder rasters, georef, and here the TIFF. The metadata is still blank, but we have the geography look. Okay, the same DD decimal degree only have the decimal and the degree sign, and also E is for X or for longitude. Okay, and the N is also called Y or latitude. Right, and let's click the DMS. So let's take a look at the number here. This is 94 degree, 18 minute, 0 second east for longitude. Here we have for degree 36 minutes and 0 seconds north for Y or latitude. This is degree, minute, second. Degree, minute, second. Okay, and the last is now. So this image doesn't have the numbers here, the coordinate or the grid. So it will it will be assisted by DD and DMS. We will talk that in other occasion. All right, and this is georef. What about ungeoref? It's the same because the georeferenced ones are coming from these file. So there's nothing much to see because they are identical. Okay. Now, I think we will make a new map here. This is catalog. So we will need to see it on the data view, not only the catalog. So I think we can close the catalog and create a new map here. Just right click and click new map or control M. There map 1, but I would like to rename it as map minus rasters. Okay, that's much better, I think. All right. Now we will drag this first. Yeah. And I think we will need a catalog view again. I'm sorry that we will need a properties first, I think. Okay, let's right click here, properties. Okay. So the data source, we can click here to collab and here raster information to collab because there aren't so much information in these two folders, but we need these two folders. They are extend and spatial reference. Okay. So this is the modified one. Okay, I will do the we'll close it first because we cannot open these raster properties simultaneously. So we need to open it one by one. So this is the georefs. What about the ungeoref? Okay, we will right click and click properties as well. Oops, I think I need to do unmaximize here. And right click properties again. And there, as I said earlier, we don't need all of these for now. For this analysis, we just need the extent and the spatial reference. Okay, now let's compare it side by side. Here, the top button, left and right, this is all the decimal degree. 6.6 minus 0.8, 92.2, 102.8, they are in Indonesia. Okay, but this 0.5 maybe minus 2,479, no, this is not Indonesia. 3,000, no. But the most fatal thing, okay, the most fatal thing that we can distinguish between the georeferenced and ungeoreferenced is the spatial reference here. Spatial reference, the georeferenced one has the properties. The geographic coordinate, WKID, and blah, 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 authority, but for ungeoreferenced, the properties is unknown. Okay, if you're not sure about the extent value, okay, then you just need to see the spatial reference. It is consists of or filled by the properties. the proper properties or not. Okay, I think we will maximize it again, and let's go back to map rasters. Okay, there, please. Now we will discuss and analyze which is the whether this is a georeferenced or not. So please see here, this is the XY coordinate. This is X called E or East, and this is Y called N or North. Okay, so this is the E, so let's scroll it and we will move our cursor on this and let's see the X 94.3. The same like this, right? And for the N or the Y 4.6, let's see there 4.6032 N. So this is good. Let's see the intersection of this line and this line here. It should call 94.3 and 5.6. There, 94.298. We run it up to 3. So it is 94.3 degree E and 4.6 degree N. Okay, let's check another one to make sure that it is georeferenced. So this is the N. I mean not N, because this is the 0. This is equator line that split the Earth to North Hemisphere and South Hemisphere. So take a look at this. This is S, South, and this is N. So when we put it our mouse here, it called 0.00. Okay, and for the E we have 101.201. Okay, that is good. And what about the intersection? So it's called 101.2 and 0.00 N. So let's move it a little bit. It's very sensitive. Okay, there, 101.199. You can round it up to 2. So it's called 101.2 E and 0.000 the equator. Good. So let's load the ungeoreferenced ones here. Okay, but take a look at this, the unknown coordinate system. So it pops up an information that the raster data that we loaded is missing the coordinate system, which is we have viewed it earlier in our progress dialog, which is unknown, the coordinate reference system. For that, we will here we right click here and zoom to layer. This is the georeferenced one. Okay, and the ungeoreferenced one, let's zoom to layer here. Okay, this is not wrong, but it is just ungeoreferenced. Okay, so this is 94.3. Take a look at these. This is 678. Okay, it's not correct. For 4.6 N, but there is S 676.4. So not correct. It is not wrong, just not georeference. 0.0, of course not. 101, of course not. So where is our modified, our georeference one here? Okay, just right click here, zoom to layer there, and now we can scroll out or zoom out and there. This is location of our georeferenced one, and the bigger one, the biggest one is ungeoreferenced. Okay, there and there. There is the difference. Look from the georeferenced one and the ungeoreferenced one. All right. I think that's all for distinguishing or differentiate between georeferenced rasters and ungeoreferenced rasters. Thank you.